What's up, beautiful angel? So good to have you here. This little energy check-in. So, if this resonates, it's for you. So what I'm seeing here is that we are going through whatever you are going through in this moment is a part of this greater plan of cycles that takes place here on this planet, and collectively and on an individual level there are cycles that occur. And if you feel like lately you have had like a revival of some past energies, this is a clearing out that is still at a more elevated level than you having experienced these energies in the past before you move into this next phase, this next cycle of your life. It's interesting to me, the Ouroboros, which is a snake eating its tail. If you're watching this in real time, we're finishing out the year of the snake. And I was like, what's the message for the collective? The collective message is that we are going through a cycle, and it is for the purpose of our own evolution. When I say we're going through a cycle, like duh, we're never not going through a cycle. We're always going through cycles. But this is a major point. This is a major point in the cyclical turning of the wheel, because we just finished out a 9-year and entered into a 10-year, and now we're moving from the year of the snake into the year of the horse. Like, there is a lot of stuff going on astrologically as well, which I haven't been following the astrological movements as intensely because I feel like I just like love receiving exactly the messages from the higher realms that are relevant moment to moment, and oftentimes they do add up to the astrology. But there is also like a point where we can kind of rise a little bit beyond all of the energetic movements that are happening, and I think they also happen differently at different levels of consciousness. Like, you interact with the energy differently. But as long as you are learning, growing, alchemizing, being present through all of the energies that arise, like, there's nothing more you need to do. And what I'm really getting with this is that like you're exactly where you need to be. Things are shifting, things are moving. If anything feels uncomfortable, things are moving. Things are moving. Things are coming up to be released and to be alchemized just through your presence of consciousness and experiencing them, and through your trust in something on the other side. I feel like we already moved through and broke through a certain like dense energetic pocket that I really feel like it was a like rising of old crystallized energy and patterns within us that were almost like so deep within the being that we were so used to them, just this energy. And then as they were like stirred up by the increase of high frequency that is coming onto this planet, it's almost like it digs up this energy deep within us so that we can release that old energy. It comes up when we are ready to just like be with it, when we are capable, so that through our presence it dissolves, and then we are lighter and we are brighter and we are ready to embody a new frequency, a new level of lightness, of brightness. We make more space for greater levels of intuition and clarity and creativity to move through us. More of our soul light can come into our vessel, our physical vessel, our energetic vessels, our mind as information, etc., so on. So I feel like we just went through a little initiation of sorts, and there might be some more to come as we finish out this year, but it's really so that we can move fast as we enter into the Lunar New Year on February 17th as the fire horse. So fire, I mean, super creative, passionate, powerful energy, and also the horse moves fast, it's focused. I also get this like energy of like wild freedom. Like, if you were to set a horse free, It would like roam the hills. It would be exhilarated by the movement of life. And so I feel like there's going to be this energy of just like really making the most of your life in this next season of your life. No longer just focusing on healing, alchemizing, learning, surviving, but like really living. Really living. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, so many just fell. Okay, let's just look at what's on the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Hands and connection, you guys. That's so beautiful. Well, first of all, good here to be connected with you. And second of all, I'm getting, wow, I'm really getting sacred union from this card. And it's number 43, which is 7. And 7 is a very spiritual number. I feel like if you are somebody who feels like you're meant to meet a soul connection relationship in this lifetime, you probably already have had many, or one, or none. Probably one of those 3 things. Anything is normal, anything is perfect. But if you're somebody who has felt like that will come for you eventually, or you're wanting it, or specifically, I feel like I'm getting the vibe that you know you will, but you're not at a point where you are like wanting it. I feel like you're more in a place of coming into connection with your own wholeness. But I think this is coming to meet you. And I'm not putting like a timetable on it. And if you feel a sort of rushed energy around it, like you're really, really wanting it, I feel like that is like that's not the energy that's where it's gonna find you. I feel like it's when you're focused on your own wholeness that it will come to meet you. And those who aren't seeking that, I feel like you're just coming into a space where you will be receiving more soul level connections and destiny connections. So like people who are meant to weave with you on the path to help you fulfill your ultimate destiny, souls that you recognize, souls that you have like sacred contracts with, maybe know from past lives, or just like have this understanding with one another. I feel like you're going to be able to see it in their eyes. Like the whole eyes are the windows of the soul, but I feel like you're also, I feel like with these hands here, I feel like you're going to feel it in the touch of your hands. And I also think that something else that's interesting, some of you might be artists or like do something with your hands. And I'm getting that like you infuse like a high frequency, like almost like light codes into the things that you do via your hands. And you might also have a very healing touch. Maybe one person out there is like a palm reader. If you are, comment below. I want to chat. I really want to learn how to read palms. But I'm just getting something about the hands. Maybe some of you have hand tattoos. I'm also getting maybe like, if for those of you that the love message resonates with, I feel like when you hold the hand of that person, you're gonna feel like it fits like a glove. And I feel like you'll have this moment and you'll be like, oh. But I think even like the first time that you touch their hand, it's gonna be obvious. But yeah, I feel like if you, even if you have a hobby where you create things with your hands, sorry, I'm getting so many messages. Maybe if you have a hobby where you create something with your hands, keep doing this, because the hands like actually hold a very sacred energy. Each of the fingers is connected to like a planet. And, you know, in cultures where they eat with their hands, there are like spiritual teachings around like your hands have so much prana, so much of your life force energy, and you're like infusing it into your food when you eat it. And so I feel like what you create with your hands, it is not only infusing prana, life force into what you're creating, but I think it's also like activating your consciousness in the same way that like doing mudras does, because it's like you're creating this certain energy within. So I feel like the work that you do with your hands actually like creates an awakening within you and brings more connectivity between your right and left brain, and therefore like actually causes like an increased awareness within. Like it's doing so much more than just making the thing. And we have 4, pyramid, mystery. I almost feel like the mysteries get revealed to you in the mundane, like in the midst of creating things with your hands, or like touching something or connecting with somebody else. Like I feel like realizations come to you in these moments where like, because you're so within, the hands are also very connected to the heart space, and the heart space is connected to the 5th dimension. And so you can receive a lot of energy through, like almost like working with your hands opens your heart to connect to the 5th dimension, and then you receive information. So cool. Okay. And then what else was I getting? Okay, so before I started, thanks for hanging with me on this one. My camera timer was 555. 4, 9, 555, change, great change. Great change is upon us. Cycles. We started with cycles. The snake eating its tail. And as we go through these cycles, the constant is your consciousness behind it, watching it all. And I feel like you're becoming more and more and more identified with that. More and more identified with that as everything changes. And then we have the 4 and the 9, that's 13. That's the number of the death in the tarot. It's also a great number of like the occult mysteries, the divine feminine, the void space. We are really in such a moment of change, and when things are shifting and we are somewhat in the void, which is a very magical place full of potent possibility, our ego will oftentimes try to grasp onto things that are familiar. And so we might think we might have the urges to do things, reach out to people, partake in certain activities that we just think we're having the urge. But the reason why that's happening is because things are shifting, things are changing, and it feels like scary to the subconscious and the ego to not know what's coming next. And on some level, it senses that it's something it's never experienced before. And so it will reach out and try to grab onto things that have felt so familiar to it. So often things that are tied to our past cycles. And that's not wrong. I'm just pointing this out so you notice when you have those desires, it is because things are about to change. Things are about to change, and the very most ancient parts of you can sense it. And it's okay that you don't know exactly what's coming, because the larger multidimensional part of you that is rocking with you, that is putting together this whole play, this whole show, this whole grand leela of your life, knows and is organizing it. And you can surrender to the mystery. Highly, 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 highly recommend meditating every day. It literally is the key to like enjoy the mystery and to experience more magic in the unfolding of your life and like more delight. It's the secret sauce. You probably already meditate. If you do, let me know in the comments. We can riff raff. Okay, love you so much. Everything. Ooh. Primordial. just came out to 10. We're in a 10-year primordial waters. I feel like you're such an ancient being. Maybe you resonate with the lost civilizations of Lemuria, Atlantis, Hawaii. And maybe we know each other from there. But you're so ancient. None of these things are, they're not new to you. They're not new to you. But we're all just here to remind each other through our connection to one another. We're all just walking each other home. I love you so much. I'll catch you on the next one.